Welcome again, guys. It's time for
Nonsense Rumble!
That's right. Each week we pick a category, we pick characters, and we discuss who will win. Yeah, nice and concise. Today's category is
a chef.
Yes, but specifically
a fictional chef.
There we go.
And a cooking battle.
Gordon Ramsay's here.
I mean, you could pick Gordon Ramsay, but yeah, he'd probably lose because the fictional chefs are even better.
Exactly, but yes, this is a cooking battle, so it's a bit different from before. We're not debating fighting skill; we're debating cooking ability.
However, because it's fiction, they probably do have some fighting skill as well, but that's not what's being measured.
Absolutely.
And on that, do you have any honourable mentions this week?
I do. He's the flavour of the month, so to speak. It is the Honourable Dwarf Senshi.
Yeah, he's also my honourable mention.
Yeah, from Dungeon Menshi, he's a great cook. However, the anime makes it very clear that if you put him in a conventional kitchen with conventional ingredients, yeah, he could cook something up and he'd probably do a decent job, but it's not his expertise. His expertise is both in foraging and then utilising that forage.
Yeah, and that's his passion as well. He's skilled because of his passion, and that's something that I can always, put a little bit of respect towards, because if you can turn what you love into the thing that you do well, then you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah, it's a bit different for Senshi because he's not doing it for work. It is literally his life.
Oh yeah.
I also disagree with that statement a lot because it's a nice thought if you turn a passion into. But in reality, for most people, is if you take something that you love and turn it into a job, congratulations, you've lost something you love.
Yeah. I also get that. I also understand that part of it. That once you have to do something, it becomes something that you don't choose to do anymore.
Absolutely. So on that downer, Rick, usually I think you announce first, so who's your pick for today's Rumble of fictional chef?
Yeah, today I'm picking Sanji from One Piece.
Interesting.
Because he very definitely states that his main goal is to find the All Blue, which is like a fictional, legendary place where you can get every spice, every ingredient, and be able to create literally anything food-based. But also, he can keep a gag appetite satisfied in Luffy, who's basically Pirate Goku in terms of eating everything in sight.
Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of One Piece, but of all of the quote-unquote knockoff Gokus, and yeah, I'm using air quotes because I don't really believe it, it's shonen. That's what shonen characters do. They have a gimmick. Luffy just happens to share the one of eating. But Luffy does come off the most Goku-like shonen protagonist that isn't Goku.
Yeah, even, I think, they double down on that by having him voiced by, she's she wasn't old at the time, but an older lady.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Just to prove how young and innocent he is, even when he gets into his more shonen fighting type phases. Sanji gets it from me, the man who fights with his feet to keep his hands clean. Who's going to be your pick?
My pick is the noble, the honourable SpongeBob SquarePants.
Ah, yes. The fry cook.
Yes, he might be a bit simplistic in his skill set, but we know there's one thing he does, and that is he gives his all for one particular dish. And we already know he has a pedigree in cooking competitions. He beat Neptune.
Yeah. And isn't Neptune's tears the secret ingredient in... Actually, no, it's not. The secret ingredient in SpongeBob, isn't it? It turns out. In Krabby Patties.
Oh, I don't know. I never watched an episode or a movie that revealed the actual secret ingredient. But yeah, if anyone other than SpongeBob is cooking... SpongeBob is such a good cook that he can cook something simple like a burger and make it godlike.
Yeah, so apparently there's two secret ingredients in Krabby Patties. Number one is Neptune's tears, and the other is that the secret ingredient is SpongeBob.
Again, here's the thing: is it also depends on the nature of the competition. I think we both assumed when we had a cooking competition, it was about quality and not quantity.
Sure, yeah.
I'm not sure. I know nothing about Sanji, so I don't know if he can cook fast.
He can do things as quick as he needs to for the purpose of the gag. Usually, he takes an amount of time to do something perfectly.
Well, so did SpongeBob. SpongeBob took a whole hour to make a burger.
Yeah.
But that
Like,
burger
if
was
he needs to
godlike. It made a god cry.
Yeah. If he needs to do it perfectly, he will take the time, but he's also able to whip something up immediately if need be.
Whereas SpongeBob is completely inflexible in that regard.
Yeah.
This is the perfect way to make the perfect Krabby Patty. It has to be made this way. No flinching. So I think we've got an honest-to-God debate to go on here, because I think SpongeBob will win. I think SpongeBob will win at burgers. We've not seen SpongeBob cook anything other than burgers.
Yeah, I think based on repertoire, Sanji might win just because the cooking contest might require something. Because, like, when you do MasterChef, you can't just bring the thing that you're best at. You can't just come along as a pastry chef and just cook pasties.
Here's the flaw, right? Is we didn't actually outline the nature of the competition. That being said, I think you bring up the perfect analogy to use. Let's assume it's a MasterChef competition. And if it's the MasterChef competition, we're going to have to bring in that dreaded word, the if word. If the MasterChef competition does not involve making burgers at any point, I can't confidently say SpongeBob would win. I think he'd give it a good go, especially if he had a recipe in mind. But as far as we know, the only recipe he knows and is honest to God, godlike at, is the Krabby Patty.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd say those words with a serious inclination, Rick. So, unfortunately, I don't know anything about Sanji, but I think by the laws of a MasterChef competition, unless in specific array of incidents, which, again, relies heavily on an if rule, you'd have to give it to Sanji.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I think because of the repertoire, I think Sanji wins.
That's fair.
So, yes, today, Sanji wins.
Yeah, unfortunately. I should have gone for Senshi. I think he would have put up more of a fight if we were going for MasterChef rules.
Yeah, maybe so.
So yeah, Sanji wins, SpongeBob loses, such a shame. But oh well, hey ho diddly do. Join us again next week for
Nonsense Rumble! Bye everybody.